All right. At 3 o'clock. Thank goodness it's changed a little bit for our poor Protoss.
It's not rigged. It's not rigged. We proved it.
Our new challenger to challenge the king. It is our magenta Zerg Rancor, one of the best colors for a remaster. Then in the top left, it is our orange Protoss, our reigning king. Can you make it 3-0? It is Dewalt. Wah, wah, wah. All right, so this is a new interesting story that I just thought of that's developing. The first two games were TVP, and now the next two games are ZVP. So what do you think? And I don't know anything about Rancor, so if you know Rancor or anything about them, I guess, or if it's just Ash, let me know. I'd love the context, but the benefit that they have so far is they're not so close. They're not directly next to each other. It is hatch first.
Yep. Which is perfectly fine. Now, I honestly don't know much about Rancor. I know Ash is a clan, I think.
Okay, that's what I figured.
At least I'd have to assume. Yeah. I've definitely seen other Ashes. I don't know if that's the same one. But personally, no, I don't know anything about Rancor. First time I even noticed him was today. But
okay.
So far, his SimCity looks okay. You do want that spawning pool sort of near your mineral, so that way you can potentially build 2 creep colonies, sort of like how you would with the normal SimCity of Zerg.
Yeah.
But so far, it doesn't seem like he's too out of his element. I'm not sure if he's like a normal fastest player or if he plays fastest at all, but just judging by first impressions, he seems like he knows where to build his building so far.
Yeah.
Because as Zerg, there is definitely a SimCity knowledge to that, right?
Oh, for sure. And he also knows how to scout, I would say, probably most efficiently or pretty good, because he didn't send his overlord all the way to the top right corner and then queue it over. Or, sorry, queue it over, as in just, shift right click or whatever to the next thing. I like corrected myself because in my brain is like, you set Q to patrol, but nobody else does that. So that's just like, there you go, a little inside whatever. But he just did it enough to where if there was any Protoss buildings, he would have seen it. And I'm just meaning it at 1 o'clock. Then he's got his overlord going to like towards 11 o'clock. So he's kind of doing the counterclockwise scout. And honestly, I don't know if Dewalt saw the overlord with his zealot, but he again is going to scout Zerg last, which is kind of funny because he sent his probe out the normal way. And then he sent, well, actually, I guess he was kind of counterclockwise scouting as well. But he does know where Zerg is now, and Zerg does also know where Dewalt is, where Protoss is. They both are taking, I almost want to say it's like a more economic opening. With Protoss, you can do both, so it's fine. Pressure with the Zealot and the probe, and then he's got reinforcements coming, and he doesn't actually have a forge ready, so he could probably start a pylon, but he won't be able to build cannons immediately. He can now, but not initially.
I'm curious to see how well or how Zerg responds to this, considering most of the time we'll see Zergs usually go for a choke hatch, so that way it's just less surface area to defend. In this case, obviously he opted for in-base hatcheries. Now you're sort of seeing, well, what does happen if you don't do choke hatch? Well, you're gonna get blocked out at your choke, and have to defend multiple areas above the hatchery, below the hatchery.
Yeah.
So it looks like he's opting to go for 3-hash speedling, which not a bad idea, but there's only so much potential for it. So
dude, he's softening up these zealots a ton. He had one Zergling going for the probe. So honestly, that was a pretty good starting attack, because now he only has 2 healthy zealots. The other 2 are nearly dead, and he did a really good job. But if Dewalt wasn't paying attention, he would have been able to target that. Oh, the probe down. I think he's going to get both.
This is not a cannon. This is a shield battery.
Yeah. When I clicked on it, I was like, oh, that's crazy. Dude, so Dewalt's going to go for like a traditional wall, and this is like what you could potentially see on ladder if there's going to be a Zergling bust. He moved at least one of the, oh my gosh, for a second it looked like a scan because I don't ever see the shield battery being used. I know it's a different animation completely, but that sparkling swirl, dude, it got me.
But he scanned the zealot.
Another thing too, like if Zerg wants, they can send their... I know we've got a lot of pressure going on at the front of their base, but he's got his Overlord up at 11. I just want to bring that up just quickly, just a little bit, because, wow, this is intimidating. It is just... Dude, please build another pylon. Okay, he is at the back. It's like, oh my gosh, you gotta do something. Yeah, this Zerg, he didn't lose a lot at the very beginning, and they have been mining gas this whole time. More hatcheries. It's got a Hydra den, so it might be like a Hydra bust to break out of their front. And really quickly, up at 11 o'clock, we do see that Protoss is teching up. He's only building probes out of one of his Nexus, so I don't know if that's on purpose or not, and he is supply blocked.
Funny enough, he actually already has 3 forges, which not sure if that was planned, but I wonder if he's gonna actually upgrade from all 3. Because otherwise that means like this dude is definitely going for just a cheap ground army. But
True.
If it goes to Temple Archives, no 3rd forge movement. That's not that big of a deal, but yeah, it has to be a Hydra bus because there's no layer.
If I were to guess, I would say that forge was there just because, like, just for the wall. Yeah. It would be hilarious if he did use it. Like, shit, may as well get your shield upgrades at the same time. More more gateways. Sheesh. And
It's the same thing.
yeah, essentially. It is Hydras. Again, so it's so different than 3v3 because in 3s you build both of your Hydra dens at the same time. And then you want to build both of your evolutionary, pretty much your upgrades for Zerg at the same time too. So you want to get attack and carapace, and you want to get movement and range. And it's just so different. He's staying on hatcheries. He's not gone up to layer, and it's just pure units.
Mm-hmm.
So it's interesting. I like it. Probably is tough for Zerg, but he chose Zerg, so he's used to it.
Yeah, he knows that tough life. Oh, he's going for the break and while getting layer behind it, so
Yeah.
looks like this isn't completely all in, but
No, for sure.
he either okay, I was gonna say he should try and break down the gateway first before trying to even like touch the Zealous, but he's definitely not gonna break through this. But great job breaking down part of that wall.
Yeah, for sure. He got a cannon and he got the gateway. I agree with you that it was smart of Dewalt to leave his army in the back so that the cannons got pretty much maximum damage and that Zerg didn't just drag the Zealots forward. Zealots forward. I'm going to still say it however I want to say it, but I'm just going to get ahead of that one. It was very intelligent for him to leave his army in the back. And then I think Zerg had that opportunity since Dewalt had his army in the back, he should have just targeted the front of the wall and saved kind of his Zerglings for when they could actually attack instead of getting stuck in the SimCity. But here we go again. I imagine he's got Storm ready, and that is terrifying. This is a really scary Protoss army. The micro is really good from Magenta, and he's got a really good spread. He's ready in case the storms are there, but there's just so much Protoss, and he built units.
Closer to the drones.
Oh no! It was a really good storm, and he got half the drones at least. He's lucky that wasn't all the drones. How many kills is that? The Templar only has 1 kill? No.
Oh, that was the
second one? Okay.
Yeah, that was the second Templar that died, yeah.
Okay, I thought for a second, I was like, I swear I saw at least 4 drones go down. So he does still have 8 drones on minerals. He has a little bit of minerals in the bank, but not that much. And at least one of these sunken colonies is going to go down. He's going to have to rebuild those. And I'm surprised Dewalt isn't just going straight for drones, but he's got another army queued up. The macro engine behind this 3 Nexus Protoss with all of these gateways, it's just insane.
He has more gateways than Zerg has hatchers.
Dude, and more gateways than Zerg has attacking units. There it is, GG. Oh, man.
Wow.
That was really promising for a second. I think where Zerg went wrong was not breaking that wall down first. And honestly, Protoss, he kind of scared Protoss into hiding behind. So maybe break down the wall, pull back again, and then maybe tech into lurkers. I'm sure Rancor knows better than I do. So I'm not saying that's 100% the correct solution. That's just an idea.